All right, guys. I think we're ready to go here. This time I'm going to start with the normal housekeeping. First of all, guys, good morning. Whew. Man, I don't know what it is. Yesterday and today, I wasn't feeling 100%. Market has been not feeling 100%. We'll see how it goes. Calm and collected here. Welcome back to the live stream, guys, where we first review the watch list and then trade the market open every day. Hope everyone's feeling good, ready to go. You know, today is Wednesday after all, which is typically a hot kind of day. Good day for trading small caps, but so far we're not really seeing any really interesting plays. So we'll see what happens. Right now it's 9:17, 16 and a half a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's August 26th, and we got, another 13 minutes here before the market opens at 9:30. Then we'll wrap up the stream around 11. For anyone that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know yourself why you are entering and exiting a stock. This community, guys, is a place for us to help each other. Please do not spam or you will be put in timeout or kicked. Check out the video description below, some FAQs down there, and let's get into it. So far, I have not crashed my TOS. I don't know if you guys saw the video from yesterday, but basically, if you avoid, there's an issue with this ladder right here. So let's say I have 100 shares. I don't really want to do it to GEVO, or really any of these tickers. I don't really trust what we're seeing here. Well, let's say, you know, I wanted to get in with FLDM and I placed a limit order, let's say maybe here at, yeah, like 10.5. And I wanted to move this limit order up or down. And then I did it on the order book, the ladder order book. Sometimes this will actually cause the issues. That's why you'll notice that when I do that and then we get out of it, or then we enter the trade, then my TOS crashes. So they told me yesterday on the phone that you can move the order on the chart and there's no issues. But apparently there's some sort of issue after the last weekend update. That if you move the order on the ladder, there's issues. So it's a known issue. They're working on it. Yeah, so we'll see. At the moment, you know, I'm not totally sure what I'd want to be trading. FLDM does kind of look a little bit interesting again, that it's popping up here off of 10 again. Really nice. I actually try to trade FLDM right here at like 640. On Webull, because Webull allows pre-market trading, I think starting at 4:30 when pre-market opens. I think it's 4:30, but I'm not totally sure about Webull. The pre-market does open at 4:30, but I'm not totally sure if Webull allows it. But I know they allow it by 6. So I missed this entry, which was a little bit annoying. I placed 2 limit orders. Both of them were always like 1 cent too cheap. I try to like remove them and place them back higher. It's a little bit unintuitive in terms of just if you're used to TD Ameritrade, it's a little bit different. So then I was tripping over myself and I missed this entry and went on after the pop here to 10.5. I didn't really feel like I wanted to get back in. I could have, but yeah, I don't know. I missed that trade. So I think I'm going to start trading Webull around 6:30 a.m. for 30 minutes. See if I can, you know, get some trades with it. After 30 minutes, I'm going to close it because I don't want to be switching different brokers. I feel like that really confuses me. So let's see if we can get some experience with Webull. I do find, you know, I find some perks in it in terms of like, okay, you can trade before 7. You can, you know, technically it's free trades as well. So that's nice. It's just like a bit of a learning hurdle. So let's see. I don't know. I'm going to give myself a few weeks on it and then see. I'll make a review video, but I kind of want to, you know, be as little biased as possible, which means I need to practice using it for a while. FLDM, by the way, this is one of our lead gappers. It was gapping up around 45% pre-market around this kind of consolidation, but we were up here all the way at $22, 150%. So this pullback was really, really strong, 55% pullback. Got to watch out for those guys. Always a big red flag. 70 million float, kind of on the high side. USA Diagnostic and Research Company. They had an FDA emergency use drug for coronavirus. Always kind of a good catalyst with the FDA emergency use. It basically means that they can get their drug out to the public much, much quicker. Kind of like, people need this drug, so we're going to throw it, like, we're going to help you get it approved much, much faster. So that's a good catalyst. This is a lot of volume that kind of just came in here at 9 o'clock. Boosted by FDA, okay. Nothing new here, I would say. Here's something new, actually. The stock will split to 35. Spit to $35. What is it? Stock will spit to $35. Citron. Okay, so Citron Research is kind of like your classic company, that research company that, you know, comes out with price targets and whatnot. So these guys think they're going to have a huge spike. Spit. That's a weird adjective to use. So it looks like FLDM got some life into it, but I gotta say that pullback was just, that was a strong amount of sellers here. Also, FLDM, something to not forget is the fact, morning Corey, is the fact that it's had a huge run up here from $1.17 to now technically pre-market highs of over 22. So this is a really, really strong run here we had with FLDM. Let's go to quickly weekly chart. Draw some lines. So let's see if we can find some support and resistance here. Definitely 11.5, some interesting zones. I'm going to go ahead and kind of note this area, or a little bit closer to 12, you could even argue. And then right here at 11 or 10.7, some interesting zones. Without a question, this $15 zone has been touched multiple times. Just gonna really focus on the really big kind of zones. Clearly here at like 21 or 22, there seems to be a little bit of breakout, pullback, big retest, and then a capitulation. Kind of looks like 26, 27 is a key zone. Again here at roughly 33. Then we had some big highs at 45. I'm not sure if we're going to run all the way over there. 25, you know, kind of key support. It's like a big psychological zone. So I'm just going to kind of mark that area. I don't want to overdo it. So I think those are some key zones. Clearly $10 is one of those psychological zones as well. I didn't really go that low. Might be worth to kind of note as well. It's not as clear on the daily. I will definitely go ahead and admit that. But nonetheless, key psychological zone. So let's see how this one opens up. I think a dip into the 10s could be an interesting one to go. The 4-hour chart here, you can see it on the bottom right, is kind of interesting because we had a big pullback here back to like 995, and now it looks like we're finding new support there. So 4 hours so far have used this as open, closes, and open. So $10 is clearly support and resistance. So I'm going to keep an eye on that zone. We'll see how it goes. I mean, FLDM is definitely one of the lead gappers on the day, and I'll be watching this one at the open for sure. TYME, this is kind of unfortunate. So we were just talking about FLDM, and there's one other ticker I had a nice little trade on, WORX. Okay, we can WORX. WORX. Wow, I did not write that. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, I did write. I was like, what? Anyway, TYME kind of popped up a little bit late here. 61 million float, US biotech, oral therapy for coronavirus. Again, kind of a coronavirus ticker. This one has, really key support here at 1.4. We had originally kind of a breakout from this area. We are retesting around 143s. We'll see how this goes. Like, I had a hard time reading TYME because with the bigger float, I kept on getting shaken out, and this was kind of annoying. I had 3 trades, all of which were like red, but like tiny red trades. You can see like I entered 64, I closed at 63, entered at 72, closed at 70, entered at 62, closed at 61. I just like, after like the second trade already, I was like, what am I doing wrong here? Because like, You know, I have the right idea, bought the pullback here, got shaken out on the dip. I don't even know why. And then it runs up like 8% without me. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. Buy a nice pullback here again, and then get shaken out. I don't know. It was a weird ticker for me. So just, I got to understand that TYME for me personally has not been working that well. So just kind of understanding that sometimes helps me improve my trading on it. Kind of putting myself a bit more on the defensive. WORX, 8 million float. This one I was a little bit green on here, so that was nice. Pretty much I'm up $1 pre-market. So I made 50 bucks with WORX, and then, you know, 3 red trades with TYME down 49. So 1 green trade with WORX, 3 red trades. So I do like the fact that clearly I have good risk reward, but at the same time, if I didn't close so quickly on TYME, especially my first trade, this could have been a big winner. So I kind of had my stops a little bit too tight. It's a bit of a double-edged sword with your stops, right? If you make them too tight, then you sometimes miss the move. If you don't have them tight enough, you start taking big losses. So I don't know. It's a constant thing you got to tweak. What I don't like about WORX is the fact that we're on the backside of a bigger move, and it looks like there's going to be some pretty big resistance above, right around $2.50 to $3. So like $2.50 to $3 on the daily. Just be careful with this one. I think it might retouch like 2.4 or so, but like I said, just be a little bit careful with this for sure. But WORX with that 8 million float does have that spike ability. It just doesn't have a nice catalyst. Like they got a price target increase to $7. Okay. I'm always iffy about price targets anyway. But then they have instantly some news that they have a bunch of options that are, you know, exercisable. I think it was this one. I didn't write the date down. Anyway, they had a bunch of options, 270,000 stock options at 179 for employees. So that's kind of a lot. So there's going to be a bit of a resistance there, just in general. Yeah, we'll see how WORX goes. I mean, I could really see this one pop up, try to break past VWAP, maybe run past there, get hit resistance again, and then kind of sell off the rest of the day. That's kind of like my thesis with WORX. I'm not sure if I even want to partake in it. But it could be good fun. I definitely do think, you know, around $2 we have huge support. So if we dip, you know, to like 180 or so, this could actually be a great dip buying opportunity on WORX. Take it back. Fees are loco. Yesterday I had 50 small shares and lost 100. My fees were 100. Commissions rounding on. Yeah, Constantine, that's true. The fees are insane. So like Corey said, it's all about having a large account pretty much when it comes to Lightspeed, or getting really aggressive with their margin. But yeah, I don't think Lightspeed is for trial and error. It's really like you gotta be ready to go. All right, so I'm going to be watching FLDM out of the gates. I'm going to be watching TYME. I kind of want to watch WORX as well. We'll see what happens here. Good luck, everyone, though. WORX pulling up. TYME as well. Markets are fairly green, okay. Not really too much of anything. A little bit of a slow app usage right now. WORX, this is kind of what we were talking about here, popping up over 2 and then retesting VWAP. Nice little 5% move there, 5-7%. TYME, explosive move. FLDM at 12. Wow, TYME, guys, this looks like it's definitely the lead gapper here. 20 million on volume, dollar volume. FLDM is kind of capitalizing on the dollar volume, but it's a much bigger ticker. Watching TYME on my second screen. $61 million float. Strong pullback there on TYME. Nice. WORX piling up here, getting ready for that VWAP breakout. Good to see it. Sweet move on WORX. I was really considering this kind of $2 entry. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Went up 11%. Yeah, oh well. Nice TYME bounce off the 9-minute or the 9 EMA. Love the moves we're seeing right now on TYME and WORX. TYME is possibly about to go red on the day. Should have been more aggressive WORX. That was an absolute ripper, huh? Hitting the 2.4 zone that we were predicting. It's a little unfortunate I let that slide out through my fingers, but 8 million float, man. This one had the spike ability. TYME is so close to going red for the day. It's like 1 cent away. 52, I think. Nice, Michael. Sweet entry as well, man. TYME having a lot of selling pressure. Officially red on the day, TYME. Possible entry at TYME at 47. Doesn't look like we're gonna get filled. Nope. Just missed that. Slow morning for me. Kind of just missing some moves here. I wonder if that was already the bounce on TYME. That was not very strong bounce. I wouldn't really be jumping on this one just yet. Or I would have took my profits if I got my fill. WORX trying again here. FLDM had that perfect touch at like 10.8. Really nice bounce on that one. Beautiful support. Would have been a good place to have a limit order just waiting. TYME. I'm a little bit nervous lately with having the limit orders kind of set up with my TOS crashing and then not knowing if I'm in a trade or not. So it's kind of a big reason why I haven't been doing that like I used to. WORX bouncing off the 215. Really nice moves here, guys. I hope you guys are slaying some of these. I'm kind of missing out on several of them right now, but you know, sometimes a little bit slower when I'm not feeling 100%. Urban. That was on the morning watch list, wasn't it? This is the big resistance zone for WORX at 2.4 to roughly like 2.5. This is the key danger zone. So I would have been much more willing to trade it earlier on, which I really regret that I did not do. TYME selling off again. Definitely red on the day. Could be new low kind of coming in here in a second. Nice, Michael. Good to end the day green then, huh? Congrats, man. FLMD is definitely has the most dollar volume, but it's also almost $1 billion market cap. Compare that to a $23 million market cap with WORX. So this one is actually much more interesting. Has that big resistance at 2.5. $2.5 to $3 is what we were talking about with big resistance with the 180-day moving average right above. TYME, possible support here at 143. Big buyers there on the order book. TYME just had an entry here, 142. We're seeing some big support. This was big support pre-market as well. It's bigger sell volume just now. $145, hopefully going to get shipped away here. Trying to take some profits off the table. Boom, close this trade between 145 and 146. Could have looked for a bigger run, but guys, you know, base hits, especially when you're already kind of had a choppy pre-market, that's really what it's all about. Quick little trade there with TYME near big support. Felt like I had good risk reward on that one, so I felt fairly confident. Let's just keep an eye on what's going on here. You know, so those 3 red trades with TYME this morning allowed me to be a little bit more cautious and kind of have a better idea how I wanted to trade TYME out of the gates. And that, I think, helped a lot with that trade just now. Nice, Corey. WORX was an absolute beauty, man. Congrats. Yeah, I feel you on that one for sure. Good that you took profits too, because that move was beautiful, but huge resistance here. Let's see how this one continues. You know, I'm curious. Is it going to bounce off that 2.5? Well, technically it already did. And then is it going to run all the way to 3, maybe like 380 or 285 or 290 or something like that? TYME is selling off a little bit here again. We know that 140 is big support. WORX and TYME are definitely our two small cap lead gappers for sure. No trades yet on WORX since the market opened, which is a little unfortunate because this one hands down was the best one for sure. TYME, yeah, we had 3 red trades and 1 green trade. That green trade brought us back green on the whole ticker though, so that was pretty cool. Just kind of watching this one, not sure where I'd want a second entry, if it's, you know, at 140 or below 140 even. So I'm just kind of giving this one a little bit time here. WORX is having these really beautiful 9-minute EMA rebounds. Look at that, just, you know, 5%, just like that. Whack, really nice. Woo, 268. TYME is trying to break above the 9 EMA. I think I'm a little skeptical because it has such low buy volume. If it flushes down, I'd probably consider buying into a flush under 140. Maybe even at 140, but I don't know. I'll see what happens. I think if I wasn't watching TYME so closely, I would have probably jumped on WORX a little bit harder, but sometimes you got to pick one, right? So I'm happy I at least got one trade in. That way I didn't miss both. Michael, I got my TYME trade. I was looking at HTBX earlier today. 75 million float US biotech with preclinical coronavirus results. Kind of interesting. WORX doesn't really have much of a news. Came out with a Wainwright and Co. price target of $7. I've never been the biggest fan of price targets. I just find them, the stock usually doesn't react to it much. But, you know, today, well, I think honestly today it's a mix of the news and just a pure bottom bounce. That's really what I think is driving WORX. It's more of a bottom bounce, maybe a bit of a short squeeze. I don't really think it's anything too specific. It has that 8 million float, so you know a company like this can just move for no reason. So I don't think it's any crazy news. TYME right here, possibly breaking 140. Just broke 140. Bouncing a bit. Big support at 138. I'm not sure if we're going to even break that. Just had a fill here at 138 on TYME. 2,000 shares at 138 on TYME. Would be nice to see the 9-minute, but I'm not sure if we're going to get that. The 9E may get retested. Still a lot of sellers on this one. Might take half size off here. I just sold 1,008. A small trade here for me overall. Sold the rest at break even. A lot of sellers kind of popping in on that one. This was pretty much just a straight up scratch for me. Was looking for a bigger move, didn't really get it. So maybe I sold too soon. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I wasn't feeling that comfortable anymore. Do think that there's a high chance that, you know, it's going to bounce at one point. Woo! Pulled back to 136 all of a sudden. 4 green candles in a row. Kind of watching this one. You know, here on the daily, we have a lot of tops and bottoms in these kind of 6 zones. Possible entry at 136. Another fill here at 136. Still a lot of sellers on this one. Small size. Possible second entry at 135. I'm using my hotkeys Alt D to press cancel all the time, because this one you have to be a little, you can't use the ladder right now because of that bug. So if I move my order on the ladder, there'd be a good chance that my TOS would crash. Still a lot of sellers here on this one, I gotta admit. So I'm not gonna be holding unnecessarily long. Just had another fill at 135. Down to 134 here. A lot of sellers on this one. Some buy orders just shot through. Pretty wicked actually. Just first green candle. All the way down to 134. Some buyers back in here. TYME has a really large float, 61 million float. So this has been a weird trader, and that's why I was messing up on it a lot pre-market. I was trading it too much like a small float. Definitely have a bit of buyers back in here at 135. Could have got a probably better price if I was a bit more patient, but it's hard to call these kind of. We know we have, you know, big support at 1.4 or big resistance at 1.4. Not sure if we're going to get to the 9 EMA. That typically, the 9 EMA is typically my target. Does kind of feel like if we can break the 137, this could easily see like 140 really quickly. This could easily rip to like 140. I'm not totally sure if I should take profits here, if I even get the opportunity to take profits. It's such a weird mover, this ticker. It's like everything I've learned, I feel like I just better throw it away. Possibly breaking that 137 any moment. You know, if we do break the 137, I was saying, you know, there's a good chance that this could easily go to like 140 fairly quickly. So a bit of a decision on like what to do there. Yeah, I just canceled my orders when I saw the 137 get chipped away, and I was thinking, you know, maybe I should reduce my size. Just I may have missed that opportunity though. I think one thing I wasn't paying attention to enough was the fact that I wasn't paying attention to the volume enough. I think that was a mistake on my end. $135 is a huge amount of buyers temporarily. Pulled back about 20%. So I closed most of my position. I'm still long 951, looking for a possible second move past 37. Just so weak, so much weaker than I was hoping for. Not sure why I was constantly getting these error messages. Man, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Bit of a scratch here. This is a bit of a slow mover. WORX is way, way more interesting. Try to get out sooner. Didn't work. Just such a weird mover. I mean, it's so much slower than your typical small cap low float. So I think that was a big kind of issue I had with this one. Pulling back a little bit. Sell the last of those shares. I think that trade totally was a scratch. I'm not totally sure. I think it was a total break-even trade. I don't know, maybe a small loss. It's a little hard to say. So there was the flush I was worried about. Instantly hits 132. We know this is a huge support zone. So this, if anything, would actually be a buying opportunity. WORK, I really like this one. I was kind of, I should have been paying a bit more attention to it, but right now I'm kind of just staring at TYME. It's a little hard to go too much back and forth. Big support here on TYME at 131. Yeah, I might have missed that just now. Yeah, so going back and forth between tickers is always, it's like one of those things, you know? Nice, nice. We had some nice trades with TYME. It's a slow mover, but definitely great opportunity for some good dip buys. You just gotta be quick because the flushes on it are pretty intense. Looks like our average trade on it was no more than like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. So, you know, gotta be quick on them. I really like the bounce here. I think I missed that 1.3 bounce. You know, you look away for a second. I'm just gonna keep watching this one here. I really like that work WORX break of VWAP and that pull back to VWAP. That screams my name. That's a nice trade. Yeah, Michael, it's true. We got totally different styles, but hey, that's the best part about day trading is just, you know, there's so many different strategies and, you know, you find the one that works for you and you just got to keep milking it and no need to get distracted by what other people do. If it works for you, keep going. Yep. Yeah, TYME, man, that last one at 131, you know, runs up 3%. So that was the ticket. I don't know if I'm going to keep trading this one. I don't. I do know, though, that 180-day moving average is like roughly at 133 on the daily. So there's huge support there. I don't know. I probably could have, should have, would have got a bit more aggressive on that flush right after I sold. But you just don't know. You don't know until you know. Jared says, Ricky says buy and things going up. Yeah, it's true. And, you know, for swing trading, that's very good advice. For sure. And for buying breakouts and buying pullbacks, that's really good advice. But, you know, buying dips, I feel quite comfortable buying dips, especially near big support. It's one of my, you know, bread and butter strategies. So I'm going to keep doing it. No, it's the purple, the red, and the yellow are VWAP. Look at WORX. Look at this thing, just blank-a-dang. Popski's on out of here. I'd be a little bit nervous with this one just because this thing doesn't really have much of a catalyst today. I think it's a pure bottom bounce play, but let's see how it goes. I have yet to actually trade WORX since the market opened. Buying a pullback here could be kind of interesting. I'd be a little scared for a stronger pullback, but a nice little rounded bottom there for sure. 1 million volume that last candle on WORX. That's what we like to see. Whoo-wee. It's the, hold on one second. Look at that freaking 236 pullback. That was a flush and a, I mean, that wasn't a flush, but that was like a nice, very aggressive pullback. And that's what I was saying, be a little bit careful on with this one. Let's see how it continues. So it's the -2, the 2 in the day, the VWAP right here. Really nice. Congrats to anyone that got that perfect pullback on WORX. I probably should have went on it again. I'm being a little bit not aggressive enough with WORX, so shame on myself for not jumping on the good opportunities. Steven, huh? I think everyone here has like several portfolios. We talk about swing trades, investments, dividends, day tradings, but we mostly focus on this channel right now between 9:15 and 10:30 to 11. We focus primarily on day trading small caps. So if you want to learn more, don't forget to subscribe and keep tuning in. Also, think about it. Have you guys hit that like button? If you have, congratulations. If you haven't, if you learned something, if you're enjoying the stream, definitely consider dropping a like. Really, really appreciate it. Michael coming in hot with that share size. Technically, we had a 5-minute breakout and a pretty nice 1-minute pullback. Kicking myself that I missed that move. That was kind of the one. It was the one that got away. It was Satoshi. I don't think it was yesterday's loss. I think it was a week long of TOS not working, because that's really what threw me off hardcore. Thanks, Corey. TYME possible dip trade on this one again. I'm going to see if it breaks 130 here. Yup, amen, Satoshi. TYME 130 chipping away, chip, chip, chip. I'd be careful because there's not a lot of volume on TYME anymore, which makes me not really want to trade it as much anymore. WORK, increasing volume, really, really nice, trending upwards. Big resistance at $2.5 to $3 though. So the ceiling is definitely low on WORX at the moment. I mean, if we break past 3, then that's going to get a little bit more interesting. But at the moment, very conservative there. Oh, sorry, nice, Satoshi. Space is up. Yeah, I'm super stoked about Space. We could talk about more about swing traders. Swing trades later after like 10:30. I actually like that. After 10:30, we kind of wrap up and then we look at some swing trades. It's kind of nice. A little bit of like a detox, like cool down phase. I mean, obviously, if there's a really hot ticker, we're gonna keep trading, but sometimes, you know, it just gets a little dangerous and light volume, and then there's really no point to keep trading. WORX, guys, this is really interesting. I gotta say, this light volume here on the bounce would probably make me want to take profits. If I entered at 247, you could pretty much guarantee I'd be out of this one already. Yeah, TYME had the nice little bounce off of 129. Not too shabby. It's like a 3 cents. I mean, that's pretty much over $100 trade right there if we went for it. Nice, Eugene. Definitely a good idea. I mean, it's not something that looks like it's gonna, you know, break above VWAP and start trending higher. So definitely good to be weary on. I almost don't even want to look at it anymore. I might even just take it off my screen. Put Space up there and just fantasize about how good it looks. Ooh, at 18.4. Let that baby run. And it has quite nice volume behind it too. Nice, guys. Nice, nice, nice. Now that is a good swing trade. Nice Space Resort. It sounds like something I'd want to chill in. Fake out here on WORX. Watch out. Whoo! Look at that, Pappy. Pre-market's aim. Choose operate. Flush Central. Buyers coming in here at 240 again. That was a strong sell-off. We know there's sellers on WORX. This is why I wasn't really trading it the first 15 minutes, although that's always the time you want to be trading it, so I was too cautious. This is like what was in my brain the whole time with WORX. $10.30 is a clear double bottom. Could be a bounce territory. So it looks like it was a pretty strong double bottom at 2.3. Typically, I'd be looking for an EMA retest, but I probably wouldn't on WORX just because I don't like jumping in on strong sell-offs like this. Sometimes a sell-off like this means that there's news coming out offering a whole plethora of stuff. So I don't like jumping in on big pullbacks. I like jumping in on fairly calculated dips near bigger support. With WORX, I feel like we didn't really have that. We did have, though, a 2.3 support. So technically there was some decent support, but I just didn't really understand this full flush. So when I don't understand it, I don't enter it. It's pretty much that simple. Nice, Mark. Got to jump out of that one. What's a VTOL plane? A vertical takeoff plane, VTOL. Yep. See, this is what I was nervous with WORX. Very, very simple kind of double dip there. There's no bad news on WORK. Just some selling that I think we were all expecting anyway. So possible entry on another dip. 17% flush so far. Pretty nasty. Don't really see the next dip going that much lower. 218, 217, huge support there. Yep, nice. So I was hoping we get one more little touch into the 16s. I was probably a little hint of too conservative on this one. I like this though. We had one big flush. We had no bad news coming out. We didn't bother entering here. This would have been probably a better, safer entry. Kind of missed that one, but at the same time, confirmed there was no news. I think this is just very aggressive selling off that happens from time to time. So this would have been the good dip buy opportunity. I probably wouldn't hold this one all the way to the EMA, but I'd probably start looking for a move to like at least 28 or 27, 227. So let's see how far it goes. 225. Nice. Let's see if we could chip above that. 226. There we go. I'd probably try to take at 227, maybe even earlier, because I'd be scared of a flush. Very light sell volume though. Light buy volume as well. 221. Smungus Kamungas. I'm not trying to say your name. I don't think I have a video about that per se where I go through all the different catalysts, but we have a lot of recap videos where we recap stocks with specific catalysts, like merger catalysts and stuff like that. But I typically don't say like merger versus whatever other catalysts. TYME coming back. I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked at TYME in a hot minute. Oh yeah, nice little move there for sure. I'm kind of upset I didn't enter at the 129 zone. I really don't know why I didn't. That was like the best setup probably all day on TYME. Oh well. Corey, there's a good idea. I just read that, the stimulus check. Yeah, we could have cleaned up with TYME. I just needed to trade it basically like one more time. Took another maybe $100 or so off the table. Very low volume here on WORX. Living Large wonders if I have any trades yet. Yeah, I'm not sure how many we've had today. I'm hiding the P&L for myself. I'm not looking at it right now. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think it is. Not too many trades today, kind of on the lighter end for me. You know, usually we'll be like 15 trades or so, but I got to get back into the groove, man. 7 days in a row where I had to restart my TOS multiple times threw me off of my flow heavy. Not that we can't get right back into it, but I'm constantly thinking, oh my God, TOS is going to crash. You know, I got to be very careful in buying pullbacks, you know, and stuff like that, trades where I need to take my profits quick. So I'm just like, ugh. So I think, you know, we're going to do another like 7 minutes or so of trading, and then we'll review kind of the day, and then we'll switch to talking about some swing trades here in a second. Or give Kodak more money. Nice, Michael. I wish I could set up another TOS morning open noise alarm. Actually, I probably could if I just get over it a little bit. Where at like 10:30, it's like ding, ding, ding. So we got another little ticker, DPHC, kind of crawling on here. Bit of a larger small cap, 578 million, so kind of almost a mid cap here. $44 million volume, 35 million shares outstanding. Doesn't look like it has a catalyst today. I'm not totally sure why it's up. I think it could just be a straight technical breakout. Has almost no volume on a breakout like this, so that's a bit unusual. Diamond Peak Holdings Corp. I don't know anything about this company. But it is kind of creeping up on here on our scanners a little bit. Not crazy about how it moves, but interesting nonetheless. Wow, for a Wednesday, this is really slow. Just set the alarm on your phone. Yeah, David, yeah, that's what I could do. I was just thinking like TD Ameritrade interface kind of setup. Obviously, yeah, setting an alarm is no feat really. WKHS own 10% of DPHC. That's a little fun fact right there. All right, all right. The kind of consistency between FLDM is quite surprising, but at the same time, probably shouldn't be too surprised. After all, it does have that enormous, market cap, so nothing like too surprising there. But that one trade here into the 80s would have been a really, really nice move on it. 15% pop. Nice. A little 4% pop there on WORX. I would absolutely not be surprised if this thing at one point did a nice little 9 EMA pop to the upside. I would probably expect it to do a little bit more consolidation before that happened. Maybe another kind of move down here, a 5% pullback or so. I'm not sure. Or it looks like it's going to do it now. Who knows? 10:28, guys. I'm pretty much wrapping up my small cap trading for the day, unless we see some really, really good secondary moves. Let's review some other things here in a second. Let me just take a quick break. WORX is really trying to pop it back to the upside. I'm not sure if it's really something I want to be trading. So it looks like overall today, we didn't really make too much money. Today was kind of a slow day for me. Pre-market was like, we made some money, then we gave back some money. Looks like I'm walking away today with $70 if we wrap up trading right now, which at the moment looks to be the case. TYME, I should have kept trading it. You know, at one point I threw in the towel. I was like, okay, well, it looks like the volume's really kind of disappearing on this one, but it had one really, really nice move from 129 to like 135 or 134 right away. That would have been, you know, that would have put me up another $100 or so. So that could have put me nicely in the green. So, oh well, I'll take a small green day. It's not a bad thing, but yesterday, you know, we had like $100 red day, but overall this week, you know, with Monday, we had a $300 green day. So this week, nicely up so far. Nothing really to blow away. What I do want to probably look at though is actually before we do this, let me just kind of open my working order. No, not my working orders, my filled orders. So I can document them later. 10/31/40. Okay, perfect. So let me close this and then let's go back here to the $25,000 challenge account. Our space trade right now is up $205 since the open and $115 today. So this was a pretty sweet one so far. We could go ahead and review this one, SPCE. And it's much easier to review these on a 4-hour. Yeah, Hedges, throw us a link or something to an article with the other comparables, because I've also read and heard from multiple different sources that Tesla was quite ahead, but you know, then again, I couldn't really say 100%, but that'd be interesting. Yeah, Satoshi, that's not a bad idea. I think the problem with that is like technically it's here. I just have to unhide my account. And the thing is, we keep moving these accounts around. So it's like really inaccurate. I think next year I'm going to have one account that I'm going to use for day trading. And then we'll be able to obviously do the P&L year. But yeah, P&L year, Satoshi, it's already here. I don't think I can add it to this one. I don't believe so. I could add it, but that's going to be for the whole entire stock, right? So P&L for space on the year, I've made almost $1,500 on, but again, that's super irrelevant information, I feel like. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Solo. Have we talked about Solo today? No, I don't believe so. Yeah, P&L year for the stock. Yeah, kind of interesting, but I don't know if it's even really relevant, because if we go to like the unlimited account, for example, yeah, let's pull it up. Let's see how it looks like. I think it'd just be too many numbers that aren't really helpful. Let's see here. Year. The thing is, it's only going to show the tickers that I traded today, right? So it's not showing all the tickers that we were trading all the other days. So it looks like we've traded several tickers here before. Not the two that we actually traded today. I have some limit orders open on some different tickers that looks like we're up on. Again, it's just like a really kind of irrelevant statistic, I kind of feel like, P&L year. At the moment, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think the P&L year to date is kind of interesting, but again, like I moved my account so much that it's also not really interesting at all. Ooh, TYME just absolutely dumped from 1.31, 1.32 to 126, just like that. Woo! Yeah, this is why I like to wrap up trading. Okay, so let's go here through our swing trades, what we're looking for. Obviously with SPCE, you guys already know I'm looking for that 20. If we get into the 19s, I'd probably already look to start taking some profits on SPCE. Yeah, so the account statements and stuff like that makes a little bit more sense. Ah, no, Krill. Sorry, man. That's always annoying when it gets stopped out like that. Okay, so SPCE, yeah, we were talking about this, you know, anything over $19, I'd probably start looking to take some profits. If we can get into the 20s fairly quickly, I'd rather hold till then, but I'd want to see some quick price action moving towards that. So for now, SPCE, sweet little kind of setup here. And we entered right down here on this kind of dip. I would have wanted to even go with a bigger size, but I was waiting to average down if we kept on breaking to 16. So for now, I'm pretty happy that we got our entry at 1688. I think we even went lower to like 70s, so we could have even bought a little bit lower, but it's not about getting the perfect entry or the perfect exit. It's just about getting a nice chunk of the move, and that's hopefully what's going on here with space. Yeah, it'd be nice to derive some more statistics, like am I better, like at what price am I best trading at? But all that stuff I could do on Trade Journal in the future. There's a few more statistics coming out that's going to make Trade Journal a little bit more thorough. So Sonos, I've been waiting for a swing trade around 1255. I got an alert here if we dip below 13, so I would start accumulating into the 12s on Sono. Fortunately, we're not there yet. American Airlines, definitely missed my entry at 12.5. I probably would have took some profits as we broke into 13s because I don't trust this one as much anymore. So right now I'm looking for a break of 12, and I kind of have no active idea on where I want to trade AAL at the moment. Tesla just ripping up here again. I'm going to be so interested to see what happens into the whole, the split. It's going to be really interesting. Intel, still nothing new there. AMD, having a quick little pullback here back to 85. I wonder if it's gonna keep its little trend. I would love to buy some AMD in the 75s or so, but not totally sure if we're gonna get to that. Anytime we hit the 180-day moving average, I think just throwing in a decent size in AMD would probably be a good idea. AAPL. Yeah, you guys know my thoughts on AAPL. Wait till the split and then buy any sort of dips. NKLA, just missed opportunity on that one. ADT, I've been waiting for this to crack 11. I would love to buy some in the 10s. We'll see what happens. RKT, looks like this one is finally selling off again. What an absolutely amazing run to this area. I wouldn't be surprised if it had some sort of dip here at 25 or so. So I would like to maybe even buy some around 25. If we dip under 25, you can pretty much guarantee it. I'm going to be buying between $22 and $24, 100%. Great move on RKT. Congrats to you guys that held. That was huge. Yeah, Ryan, it's so important just to not over try to squeeze out every last penny, because it's so easy to start tripping over yourself on that point. Yeah, NKLA, I talk a lot about this one, so I didn't really mention it too much this time. I was really looking for an entry here at 30, and I was talking about that in when I was doing this trade, that I thought the price would go around $30. So I'm a little upset that I didn't jump on this one. I was a little bit too conservative, and I was like, okay, it looks like we're gonna crack 30 here, which, well, we technically did. And I was looking for the 27s to load up, and we never reached that area, so I missed that whole opportunity. At the moment, I don't really have a play on NKLA. Probably around 30, it's gonna have at least a little dips. It's gonna be a triple bottom in this area, so I wouldn't be surprised if it went from 30 to 35. So that would be a decent little upside. That'd be like 20% upside. The problem is, I think if it breaks 30, it could rip down really fast. It has many times in the past. So I would be a little bit weary on the bounce off of 30, but it seems like there's much more buyers down here than in these kind of 40 plus areas. So I think there's going to be a lot of dip buyers ready to go. WORX flush, I'll check out that in a little bit. ADT, yeah, again at 11.11. RKT, we talked about that one. Royal Caribbean, just looking at this as a comparison to Carnival Cruise Lines, which we wanted the nice bounce off of 14. I didn't jump on it. I don't know why. CVAC was a really cool swing trade. We bought on the 55 psychological support and resistance zone, and then I sold this one as we were entering here. The former shoulder, which is one of my favorite places to get out of a trade. So psychological support, sold on the former shoulder retest. LMND, this is one we've been talking about several times that I would like to get long on this one at one point. It looks like every time we dip down here, there's a lot of buyers waiting. I think if we crack 55, I think there's going to be a lot of buy opportunities for the long term. But at the moment, it seems like we might break back above 70 and start trending to the upside. So if we start trending back to the upside on LMND, I might even consider it there as well. So I don't know, a little undecided right now with LMND. Xpeng, yeah. Yeah, interesting. XPEPENG. I wonder if that's going to be the ticker for it. Do you guys know what the ticker for this one's going to be? Yeah, Smungas. I have a hard time pronouncing that name. Smungas? Kamungas? XPEV. That's an interesting question. It's going to be XPEV. All right, then I'm just going to add this one to our swing trade list, XPEV, although it's more of an IPO, but whatever. Nice. Simungus. Like with a C? I think so. Simungus. All right, thanks, man. Apologize if I get it wrong in the future, but Simungus, I think I'll remember that. XPEV. Like humongous, but with a C. Fair enough. Okay, so we also had we just had a flush on WORX. Let's check out this one again. I think it's pretty sweet. This is exactly what we were talking about, possibly dipping back here below 210, or not below 210, but you know, some sort of 5% pullback. So I was kind of saying that in this area. Didn't really happen like I thought it was going to happen, but I'd be quick though. Like I don't like WORX long term. I'm really not even sure how much more it's going to break up. Maybe it needs to consolidate a little bit. If we break below 2, I'd be very weary. But I would have expected us to maybe hit $3 at one point. Maybe it's going to be a bit of an afternoon play, or maybe something into tomorrow. This could actually be a swing trade. I mean, this is pretty strong volume. Does have an increased price target, which again, I don't really care much about, but I think there's probably so many back holders on WORX that there's a good chance that this thing's going to have a possible like two-day reversal back to the upside a little bit. I don't know. It could also just be one of these spikes that sell off. So it's hard to say, man. Really, really hard to say. Thanks, Vision Master. FLDM. Is this thing still alive? What's it at? 10.8? You know, this one is just constantly holding the highs. I'm pretty impressed on FLDM somehow. Those pesky increased price targets. Yeah, seriously, they're just like, what? Be careful with this one, because at the same time, like if this acts as support, it could be a nice retest here. But you know, where are you? What's your risk management here? Because you know, 10.5 should be decent support as well. I'd be a little bit weary though of, you know, this starting a downtrend, and mainly because this one actually had pretty strong volume here on the crack of big support. So this could just be a retest on the way down, which I would be a little bit scared about if I was long FLDM. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's how I kind of see this one at first. Could be totally wrong. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's going to at least come back here to the 9 EMA. That'd be kind of sweet. Thanks, Vision Master. Yeah, there we go. Watch out, that volume right here is selling off as well. Does bounce back quickly though. Yeah, calm down. That's the facts right there. When I had the unlimited account, I became such a better trader because I was able to just get in and out of stuff. FLDM, let's check it out on the beginning of 2019. Where's that? It should be like somewhere here, you know. It's like right there. Runs up from like 7.5 to roughly 15 bucks, 100% increase. Technically, we just had like a 10,000% or 1,000% increase, not 10,000. Sorry. We're actually hitting that first big shoulder point right here at 12. So kind of interesting that that was the big resistance today. Yeah, that'd be sweet with WORX. Man, it could have that potential. I could also just see this one flushing down. I mean, that volume on it, guys, is really non-existent right now. So just be really careful with WORX. You know, we're getting close to lunchtime. This thing is currently in a downwards trend, having issues staying above the 9 EMA. I just be careful with this one. Oh yeah, Jared, that's probably a good interview to watch. Jack Ma and Elon interview. I'm gonna copy that right now so I don't forget. You guys got me watching so much YouTube videos. I gotta always do my research to keep up with you guys. Sumungus. 85 million shares at $15 each. All I do is research all day. They probably just trip over each other too much. Better they have two different companies. Like Elon needs to do more. Woo! WORX and a nice little dipski. Hey guys, if you haven't done so already, check out the Discord room. It's been really kind of coming to life ever since we created it for the first time like 2 years ago for crypto. It's quite active. So definitely check it out if you haven't done so already. More so for like after the stream, I feel like it's quite active. So like afternoon trading, and then a bit pre-market in terms of like just a few quick conversations, because at usually around 7:30 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the stream chat room opens, and that's where all the pre-market trading kind of takes place. But check out the if you're interested in afternoon chat rooms. If you're not, then it's not as interesting. Although we also talk about like crypto and a few other things. Yeah, it's the first link in the description, and then you go to like a landing page with several more links and things. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it'll say the Discord. Under community, there's like the Discord, the Facebook group, and a few, I think one more thing. Oh, BTG options are up. What's BTG? Makes me want to think of like Bitcoin Gold or something. Is that the gold one? B2 Gold Corp? I think it is, right? Gold miner, yeah, B2 Gold, yeah, okay. And that's always good to have an option on. All right, guys, I think honestly the market is so slow today, and we already reviewed the swing trades that usually we, get to much later. But it's just not a hot market that I don't really want to be staring at, because that's an easy way for me to start doing some silly stuff that I will regret. Look at FLDM, guys. This actually had a bit better bounce than I was anticipating. So impressive. WORX looks, I don't know. I don't really see anything I want to be trading. When the charts are open, sometimes I continue trading. So I'm going to go ahead, close my charts, and then I'm going to get ready for the recap video, a little bit chill maybe session. I'm going to think about maybe making some food. So let's wrap it up here, guys. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content, and definitely, if you guys are new here, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again. I wonder how many non-subscribers are in the chat room. If you're a non-subscriber, say, well, that actually sounds really bad. So what will make you become a subscriber? How come you haven't subscribed yet? Is it just because it's your first time? Because I know the first time's always a little scary, but usually, you end up liking it. we ease into stuff. Do I ever review the biggest losers since subscribe the first live stream I joined? Humongous, nice, man. That's what I like to hear. Do I ever review the biggest losers since you are a dip trader? I review all of my trades. Yeah, and actually my biggest losers are from my breakout trades because I get halted on the way down on those puppies. My dip trades, I don't really have that many big losers on. Subscriber is. I have to YouTube. Can I subscribe twice? Ryan, yes. I see. That's the kind of thinking we need here. Trader Marcus says, "JK, I'm subscribed." I think my biggest loss ever was my whole life insurance, which I dumped after like 5 years of paying high premiums. I was paying like $800 a month. That was probably my biggest loss. I lost like $30,000. But yeah. Tickle the subscribe button, you'll like it. Kyle, that's a good comment. Dolma, happy to have you here. Tezering. Whew. I hope I'm saying that nice. I'm going to call your last name, Dolma. Happy to have you. Mike coming in, Mike the bouncer over here. Whole life insurance, not health insurance. Whole life insurance, you know, there's probably a place for it for some people, and I'm not like totally even against it, but at the same time, I think for most people it doesn't make sense. So unless you give me like a really good reason why you have it, I think for most people, what do they say? Buy term and invest the rest. Who says that? There's some life insurance or a guy who says that. Anyway, I think it's a really good good quote. It just if you need life insurance, even, which again I would kind of maybe argue against. Dave Ramsey is his name. Yeah, Jared, that's true. You're too young for that. I think the part of term life insurance, you know, does make some sense. Like if you have a family and you're scared of like, you know, maybe dying because you're going on a adventure or something like that, you know, whatever, because, you know, that could be great. But whole life insurance is so expensive that if I, for example, just, you know, put 10% in crypto, 20%, or okay, these are weird. If I just invested it on different asset classes across my lifetime, it will be so much better for my loved ones if I passed away. Like, not even like, you can't even put it in perspective. All right, well, before I go on too many rants, I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys in the recap video as well if you want to check that out. And yeah, tomorrow morning, man, that's when things get fun. So stay safe, guys. Don't do anything silly. Kirill, that's true. You got to know how to use the money. That's true. But just blindly investing would already do much better over the long term. Chili. Ooh, WORX is popping back up here. Impressive. I gotta say, very impressive. All right, guys. Don't overtrade. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao. Whoa. Vander Molen, first time viewer and first trade ever today. Woo, big steps. Ay. Definitely join the Discord as well. All right, guys. Peace. I gotta get out of here.